Hi, welcome to SAP Finance course. In this lecture, we will discuss and configure global settings required for chart of accounts. So, what is chart of accounts? A chart of account is a list of general ledger accounts used by a company code for posting daily financial activities. There are three types of chart of accounts: operative chart of account. Operative chart account is a mandatory chart of account. Each company code must be assigned one operative chart of accounts. The daily financial activities or transactions, accounting transactions, are posted to GL accounts in the operative chart of accounts. So, for example, any expense paid will be posted to an expense account and to a cash account. Both these GL accounts will be there in the operative chart of account. The second type of chart of account is a country chart of account. This chart of account is an optional chart of account. It is in addition to the operative chart of account. We can create a country chart of account. The GL accounts which are in the country chart of accounts are linked to the GL accounts in the operative chart of accounts through a field called alternative GL account. So we can say a chart of account is like a container and it contains the GL accounts. And GL accounts are where the accounting transactions are posted on a day-to-day basis. Group chart of account. Group chart of accounts is required for consolidation purpose. So in a group, if there are multiple company codes, each company code can have different chart of accounts. With each company code can have different operative chart of accounts. However, for the consolidation purpose, there has to be one group chart of accounts and for all these company codes. GL accounts in the group chart of accounts are linked to the GL accounts in the operative chart of account. Let us create an operative chart of account. Log into SAP. Transaction code OB13. New entries. We give the chart of account identifier as CA90. It could be any numeric or alphanumeric number. CA stands here for chart of account and 90 is our symbol for the company code 900. A900. A900. Maintenance language English. Length of GL account, typically we take 10. It can be shorter also. Controlling integration. Now, corresponding to the GL accounts in the FI space, there are primary cost elements in the controlling area. These primary cost elements can be created automatically by the system. If we select the option here, automatic creation of cost elements. In this case, there is one-to-one correlation between a GL account in finance and primary cost element in controlling. We can go for a manual creation of cost elements. Here we have to manually create primary cost element in the controlling area. We will select manual creation of cost element for greater control. Group chart of check account, we leave it blank for now. Save. With this, operative chart of account CA90 has been created. Next is assign the company code to the operative chart of account. Transaction code OB62. But this transaction code is in use by another user, so we cannot assign the chart of account to the company code now. Next part of global setting is define account groups. So what are account groups? The GL accounts, chart of account has a large number of GL accounts. They are typically revenue accounts, expenses account, liabilities accounts, or assets accounts. They can also be cash accounts. So for the management purpose, these accounts are grouped or classified into buckets with similar properties. For example, we can take all accounts really pertaining to revenue and put in a bucket called revenue group and assign them to a number range, common number range. Let's say number range from 10,000 to 9,000. So all the GL accounts with number range from 10,000 to 9,000 will be the revenue accounts. We can take another set of expense accounts, put in another bucket called expense group and give them a number range, let's say from 11,000 to 15,000. So we know any GL accounts with a number 11,000 to 15,000 are expense accounts. So account groups purpose is to for classification of GL accounts. Create account groups OBD4. New entries, chart of account is CA90, account group, let's say asset, cash, expenses, revenue, from account 10,000 to 20,000, 20,000 to 30,000, 30,000 to 40,000, so with this classification we know a GL account with a number between 20,000 to 30,000 is a cash account. A GL account with a number between 30,000 to 40,000 is an expense account. Save. We've created account groups. And the last piece in global settings for chart of account is creating a retained earnings account, OB53. Let us first understand the concept of retained earnings account. So, you see, retained earning accounts refers to the reserves in the balance sheet account. In a current financial year, in the income statement, we see in the current financial year the turnover is 10,000 US dollar. Expenses against these turnover are 6,000. After deducting these expenses, net profit is coming to 4,000. Out of 4,000, 3,000 has been distributed to the shareholders as dividend. So what is left with the company is 1,000. This 1,000 is called retained earnings. This 1,000 is transferred from profit and loss account to the balance sheet and becomes a part of shareholders' equity. This 1,000 gets carried forward to the next year. As we can see below in the balance sheet, share capital 60,000 and to this 1,000 retained earnings has been added. So to create a retained earnings account, go to transaction OB53, give an identifier X, and we can create some retained earnings account. Let's say 65300. Save. With this, we have completed global settings for chart of accounts.